This is the BBC's London rehearsal studio. Inside, we are seeing a run-through of the Doctor Who story Silver Nemesis, a time when cast and crew make last-minute adjustments before the production begins. In order to prepare for the actual location taping, hours of rehearsal is required. For the next few minutes, let's spend a bit of time with Sylvester McCoy, Sophie Aldred, and director Chris Clough to see what this process is like. We'll follow one scene from rehearsal to performance.
Two, you learn the stuff and then they cut it.
You haven't learned that.
I know, but I'm seeing it for the day.
If you watch, he'll have it in his pockets as we go to shoot, and there'll be a lot of scrap.
No, there's the done pocket, and there's the undone.
Then he has it, I know, and we're just about to go, and there's always a... Ooh.
It's early on a Tuesday morning. In the quiet of a small rehearsal room, Chris reviews several script changes. Then work begins on a number of scenes that will be shot at the beginning of the production schedule. Other cast members will participate later on, but for now, Sylvester, Sophie, and Chris focus on ways they can bring the script to life.
Yes.
And
Rehearsal.
And
none of it should ever have left Gallifrey. But as always with these things, some of it did.
so you had to stop Lady Painful
Or anyone else.
ever putting the three bits together,
So I launched the biggest one into space.
but you got the sums wrong.
We're getting close. Look.
I feel
We need a
like
big address at her rehearsal.
I know, because what you'll have to do is go up and...
Carry on. Get out and see the producer here. Get trampled.
The whole crew.
We're just pretending you don't exist.
Do you want to walk up and down then, and then they can...
Yeah.
But it'll be weird. This will be down a long country
Down a long country lane in the bottom of the valley.
the bottom of the valley.
Now, obviously, you know that you're getting close because the bow's flashing at you with this wonderful FHD.
So I'm carrying a bow.
Which won't work
And an umbrella and the bow.
sunlight.
in sunlight.
I'm carrying this.
I feel a bit odd coming out of the TARDIS and then going, oh!
Well,
Should
if
we not stop here?
he'll stop and give you the rabbit.
Yes, we haven't
It's
been here
gonna take
before.
you
The
time.
doctor come out of the TARDIS is carrying... This is the first time we've ever been in this part of the world.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Yes.
So you pause there and you're talking to her, she comes out, because it's going to take her forever to get out of that little door.
All that stuff. She has been on a diet.
And cue.
Palladium was created as the ultimate defense of Gallifrey. Yeah.
That's the door, twice the size of the Emperor.
Leave it. Not leave that arrow. It was created back in the early times.
Created by Omega.
Yes. And Rehearsal. And none of it should ever have left Gallifrey, but as always with these things, some of it did.
So you had to stop Lady Painful
Or anyone else.
ever putting the three bits together,
I launched the biggest one into space.
but you got the sums wrong.
You're getting close. We're getting close. All of us are getting close. Look.
I feel a lot safer tracking them inside the TARDIS.
The Cybermen may trace the TARDIS. This way, we let our Validium find theirs.
Isn't that a bit old-fashioned?
Well, I'm an old-fashioned guy. I can play it on this bow.
Yeah. I think it's the threat of the Cybermen may... I'd feel a lot safer tracking them inside the TARDIS, but...
The Cybermen may trace the TARDIS. This way, we let our Validium find theirs.
Plonky, plonky, plonk.
Yes, it has got to be a bit
Plonk.
plonky plonk, because we need to know what the Validium does when it comes in, to get the idea that you can track one with the other.
Can I slip past you and...
I'm sorry, we're creating art here, Gary.
It's not art again, my God.
This is not a hotel, you know.
I'm
Now, do
sure
you
I'll
want
be all
then,
right.
you could then have the thing over one shoulder and then squeeze round?
No, I think it's better actually if it's on two. I have been in there with it on.
Right. Well, that leaves you a hand free to go for the arrow, and then
Yeah.
just leave it, and then you take
And then I'll
the...
take that.
Excuse me, can I go for a coffee?
Oh, honest.
For a coffee.
Some people have all
Well, I like the way he doesn't ask if anyone else wants one.
Well, I assume you've already had, as you've been here early.
We're the performers.
Some of us who only turn up later in the day.
Mine's a white coffee,
Who
please.
wants one?
Who does?
It's a bit
Turgid.
turgid, is a very good word.
You just told me to slow it down.
Only the Validium bit. So she leave it back in the early times. Created by Erminger, yes, and Rehearsal, and none of it so you had to stop, or anyone else, so kind of need to cross those lines.
But I want to take time off for this one. We're getting close. Look.
Oh, yeah.
She said you get your sums wrong.
You got the sums wrong.
Yeah.
Change the subject, and we've got the old bow stuff, which you can refer to the bow.
Shall I take the ghetto duster off you immediately?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it'll make more sense when we're wherever we're doing it. It makes no sense at all in this tiny little room. But it will.
Let's do it.
I can't quite understand why we should. Because you go out in the garden and from the garden rehearse this, really. Oh, we should. Yeah, when I say look, that means we're not looking at the crypt, we're looking at this. So we still haven't worked out where quite they are.
No, because and then you've got to go through the woods and everything before you get to the crypt.
Right, to the woods.
But that's what tells you, you know, the direction that it's coming in.
Yes.
And then
what will happen on the day? What will happen? Will this light up? Will anything happen to it, or have I got to pretend? And you stick it on afterwards in the studio?
Depends on the sunlight. No, it'll be there. What it is a row of lights around the lens.
That FAP thing.
So it has silver paint on, which is FAP, and then you put the lights on and off, and it should glow. But that depends on how much sun there is.
Why, if there's too much sun, it won't glow?
If there's too much sun, it might not glow terribly well, but we'll do it as a close-up, so that you will have something to react against. And then we could always enhance it in post-production.
Right. When can we have this prop? Is there I suppose not till tomorrow when we start filming.
Really, till we start filming. The other point, if you can always remember to keep your fingers off the top bit, just off the sort of middle area of the bow, which is okay, but if you get finger marks on the rest of it, it'll dull the FAP qualities.
The fat.
The fat.
Dull the fat.
It'll dull it, and then it will all nice.
Right.
Do you want to do that one again, or are you happy with that?
You want to do it?
Oh, that was wonderful.
Oh, well, if you're happy.
Yes, it'll look great. It's pity about the acting, but you know.
Yes. Don't worry. We'll cover it all up in the lab.
The edit.
Several days later, with all the technical equipment set up in the damp English countryside, it's time to put this scene down on tape. But unlike the rehearsal room, they are not alone.
How did they find out?
We specially chose this bit of countryside, so we couldn't even get our vehicles down here, and yet everybody else has come out for a day trip. You can tell it's Sunday.
Yes, it's raining. It must be
Sunday, it's raining.
There's loads of people having picnics.
And we're working.
Yes.
Right, we are recording. Very quiet, please. No talking. Thank you very much. 164, take 4. And action.
Well, Lady was created as the ultimate defense for Gallifrey back in the early days.
Created by Omega.
Yes.
And?
Rehearsal. And none of it should have left Gallifrey. But as with these things, some of it did.
Phil?
You don't really need to see our faces, do you?
No, it works. When you go up, it starts glowing, so you could go, ah. Do you want to?
Ah.
That's quite nice, because you ought to react, although you can't see
So it's not glowing. It doesn't. So
Does it glow when you come out?
It doesn't glow here.
No.
When I take it, so
As soon as you do that, it'll glow.
I did that here as well.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And when I came out, I stood up because then I knew I had to go in that direction. Because if I come out, I might go in that direction, and if I do that, I'll bump into your cameras.
Right. Oh, yeah, is that the reason why? Right, okay, so, Ian, can you see his move here? So when he comes out...
I take it off,
Okay, like
Sophie.
Sophie.
So you had to stop loading
Right, you want to start?
I'll do something like that.
No, when he goes there.
Yeah.
Do that.
When he goes pointing down there. Then you say, ah, or something, or do a little reaction, which says, that's it.
See that? Ah. But I'm talking in the middle of that, so I see that, and I just go like that.
Yeah.
Because it was during Rabbit, and then I
Right,
carry on.
and then just show us visually that that's what's happening.
And then could I do it later on? Go
Well, it's glowing all the way.
Going all the way then. Go again.
The other thing is don't peel off too far.
Yeah, we had this discussion.
difficult.
It's difficult because of the levels. Maybe Sylph can help by trying to stay close to Sylvester. If you see what I mean. If Sylvester walked down the thing and you walk down the edge.
Do you want me down at the bottom of the...
With that, I'm just trying to keep them closer together. There's not enough room there, you see.
It's just the twist, it's the turn.
So probably you can't get anywhere because suddenly you go...
Yeah, exactly, yes.
It's the turn is the problem. I mean, that's why we need the room.
That's it, yeah.
Well, the way out of it is to both go...
Why did I land the TARDIS at such an awkward position?
so thick.
Because it never lands where you want it to land, does it? That could help two things, actually. So, And action.
Palladium was created as the ultimate defense for Gallifrey back in the early times.
Created by Omega.
Yes.
And?
Rehearsal. And none of it should have left Gallifrey. But as with these things, some of it did.
So you had to stop Lady Painful
Or anyone else.
from ever putting the three bits together.
Yes, so I launched the largest piece into space.
But you got the thumbs wrong.
Look, we're almost there.
I'd feel a lot safer tracking them inside.
Action.
Palladium was created as the ultimate defense for Gallifrey, way back in the early times.
Created by Omega.
Yes.
And?
Rehearsal. And none of it should have escaped from Gallifrey, because if it does, you forget your lines and you have to go back in again. None of it should have what? I've done it so many times now, I don't know what I'm saying. It's gobbledygook. And none of it should have...
And wrestle, and none of it should ever have left Gallifrey.
Ever left, right. None of it should ever have left Gallifrey. Thank you. And none of it should ever have left Gallifrey.
Stand by. This is 164, take 9. Stand by, and quiet. Action.
Palladium was created as the ultimate defense for Gallifrey, back in early times.
Created by Omega.
Yes.
And?
Rehearsal.
And?
And none of it should have left Gallifrey. But, as always with these things, some of it did.
So you had to try and stop Lady Painful
Or anyone else.
from ever putting the three bits together.
Yes, so I launched the largest piece into space.
But you got the thumbs wrong.
Look, we're almost there.
I feel a lot safer tracking them inside the TARDIS.
Well, the Cybermen might find the TARDIS. I mean, this way. Our Palladium leads us to their Palladium.
Isn't that a bit old-fashioned?
Well, I'm an old-fashioned guy. Take me to your Palladium. Yeah.
Right, stand by, stop recording.
Good. Done it.